Hi, friends and new friends. I'm Tao Satoshi, and you're watching Cash Alternative TV. With me today is Rod Ambrissi. He's the head of Dash Dinero Digital and Dash Brazil. You may know him from a previous interview I did, and I'm welcoming to the show again today. Welcome to the show, Rod.
Thanks, Tao. Thanks for having me again. It's always great to be here and actually broadcast to the community what's happening in Latin America and actually, of course, Brazil as well.
Yeah, so you've been busy since the last time we've seen you. Do you want to give us an idea of what it is that you've been up to and your successes?
Yeah, well, it's been I think 5 months. My proposal was for 3 months. I ended up extending for 2 extra months. Of course, the price of Dash ended up going skyrocketing, which gave me the ability to extend the proposal and also cover 4 international events, which was, I'm sure a lot of the members of the community saw my interviews in English. But I just want to give a few numbers to the community. Actually, I have a little cheat sheet here that I made a cool pie chart. I'm gonna broadcast later as well. But it's been a lot. As I said to the guys, I'll take full credit for the interviews and the production of the videos, but I wouldn't be able to do this without the support of the Dash community in Brazil. I mean, everybody, I have guys that as soon as I post a video in English, the guys go there, they add subtitles. Adding subtitles is horrible. It's just like a lot of typing as well. You know, every time there's a new business accepting Dash, they send me an email, say, hey, you got to interview this guy. He's accepting Dash or this business. So the support of the community in Brazil, it's been phenomenal. So a few numbers that I want to give to the community. So on YouTube, we reach 7,000 followers with over 200,000 views. On Instagram, 600 followers. This is in 6 months out of starting from scratch. On my personal Twitter as well, 600 plus followers, which I had like about 400 before. On Instagram, 700 plus followers. On SoundCloud, we had over 10,000 MP3 files downloaded, which in Brazil, they use this function a lot. They will download the files of the shows, load on their phones or tablets at home using their Wi-Fi, so they can listen in the way to work, so they don't have to pay for data while they are on their cell phones. You know, data in Brazil is too expensive. Brazil it's ridiculous. They're still charging people for text message and also per minute. You know, also some good achievements of the channel. We were approved at the Google Play store, so our podcast, all our videos goes to SoundCloud, the audio, and of course it is available on Google Play podcast for any Android device. We also got approved at the Apple Store on iTunes, so our podcast is also available on iTunes. We had over 500 followers on Facebook. We have an exclusive Telegram group with over 570 members. We also have 4 WhatsApp group. WhatsApp has a limit of 250 people only. So we already on group number 4 with a total of 600 plus 650 plus members. We also open up a Discord channel, exclusive server for Dash Dinero Digital, which I have the guy there taking care of the analysis as well. We partner with two professional traders who does the analysis. Right now we're doing daily analysis on the par of Dash Bitcoin and Dash US dollar. It's been great acceptance as well. And I told the guys since the beginning, listen, you have to be careful what you say. Never say buy Dash, the price is gonna go up. You recommend, you suggest, you give the points. And in the beginning of the video, it's the same introduction that I say, listen, this is a recommend, not a recommendation. This is not a financial advice. This is how the market is behaving. The information is here. You make your decision. We're very careful to give the proper information to the users. We don't want to be a channel say, hey, buy Dash, you got to get rich. I never said to anybody, buy Dash, never promote a single ICO, and probably never will. And I do make fun of a few ICOs because it's actually cool. But also, I'm in progress of downloading, actually getting all the videos that we did since the beginning. And we got to be uploading them on Twitch. Twitch is becoming a very large platform as well with viewers. There's a lot of YouTubers migrating to Twitch, because apparently Twitch pays more, even though I didn't turn on the monetization on my channel. But Twitch has a better algorithm to display videos, and there's a huge gaming community, which Dash needs to be focusing more on the video game community because there's tons of opportunity there. Also another huge achievement is the SEO, the search engine optimization. So if you go to private mode on any browser and you type dash dinheiro digital, probably the first 20 links will land into the YouTube channel, either YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram. So anybody that searches for the translation of Dash Digital Cash in Portuguese, they will land in one of our pages. And we did cover 4 international events. La BitConf in Colombia, Bogota, that's the largest Bitcoin conference in Latin America. The 36th National Arabian Horse competition in Brazil, which we had a whole project there, sponsoring an athlete as well, sponsored by a masternode from Canada, half Brazilian. He's been one of the greatest supporters of the community as well. Now we have a Dash community, a masternode as well, up and running. We cover the Bitcoin conference in Miami just now a few weeks ago, which was fantastic. Managed to get some great interviews and professional quality. And also in a few weeks, I'm going to be hosting the Dash booth with Danny and Juan Gaut as well at Anarcapuco. I'm going to bring my portable studio everybody will be able to use to create any type of content they want. We already closed. And all this was done with the funds from the channel that we extend the proposal from 3 months to 6 months because, the price went up and we managed to actually manage the money very well. So this social media marketing package worked extremely well. And it's happening faster than I was expecting.
Yeah, you seem pretty good with the media aspect. I've seen you doing some things in lots of different events around the world. So it's good to have somebody in the community like that. Are you doing anything in English or is it just in Portuguese?
Well, I do most of my videos in Portuguese for the Brazilian community. But once I'm in an international event, of course, I ended up sitting down with Tracy Mayer. So we do an interview in English, and then the community adds subtitles. Now interview with Ryan at the North American Bitcoin Conference, Bradley, Fernando. Talk about their new roles, their new position, and then of course, that's how strong the community is. I ended up meeting August Domanchak and John from Bit2Byte, 2 great guys to hang out with. Scott from Dash Era Sports in Brazil, in Colombia. When I was there, I met Edward from Dash.Red, Eugenia from Dash Caracas, Danny from the Crypto Show. Everybody just automatically gets along. We help each other. We talk about ideas, how to develop. Just at the North American Bitcoin Conference, Danny had a problem with his car. After the conference, I spoke with the guys who organized the conference. Hey, can I actually take down the entire Dash booth and take with me? They said, no problem. So I broke down the entire booth that was at North American Bitcoin Conference. Danny packed into his RV. He's driving it right now to Mexico. We got to use a nice, pretty booth over there, kind of a second-hand one, but it still looks great.
Oh yeah, that sounds cool. Like it doesn't have any Bitcoin North American Bitcoin Conference markings on it. Like it just says Dash.
Just Dash.
Well, you could definitely use that a few times then.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah.
So when you're talking to people about Dash, you say that you make an emphasis on not talking about price. Like you're just making an emphasis on the things that make Dash unique in the digital currency space, correct?
Correct. Yeah, it's explaining the ecosystem, how much superior it is to get to a consensus comparing to other cryptocurrencies. And as I mentioned to people as well, there's nowhere on the white paper of Satoshi Nakamoto where he said, listen, buy Bitcoin because you got to get rich. It's the idea. Once people understand how powerful Bitcoin is, Dash Digital Cash is, cryptocurrencies, how powerful it is, once they understand and once they understand that we've been fooled by governments by believing on a piece of paper for many decades, once people realize, proof of work and the entire network that validates the price of it, it's people are like, wow, this is amazing. I'm like, I know it is amazing. That's why we have this channel,
So if I'm a Brazilian person and I'm just tuning into your channel for the first time, what kind of programming can I expect from your channel?
The first playlist says right there, the first video is me saying, this is my personal opinion. This is not financial advice. You're not going to get rich. It's introduction. And then the first playlist, it says there, Dash for Beginners. If you watch all the videos in a row, it will be probably about like 4 or 5 hours. As I tell newcomers, I'm like, hey, listen, that's a great Friday night instead of Netflix. get some popcorn, get some soda, sit down, watch video by video, make your notes, understand how it works, and you go from there.
Have you done any like notable interviews with Brazilian people?
Yes, I did. Just recently, one of the professors, he has one of the largest channel in Brazil. He has a PhD in informatics, in computer sciences, and he has the best explanation what hash is and the whole Bitcoin and everything. He has over 60,000 followers on his YouTube channel. So I interviewed him to talk about cryptocurrency and Dash Digital Cash. He's a huge Dash fan. He told me his personal investments are in Dash. And most important, he's actually going to be running. He's a pre-candidate to represent his state as a federal in the House of Representatives. I think that's how you say it in English.
Yep.
So the next election, he's a huge Bitcoin Dash cryptocurrency supporter. The guy is extremely smart. He has a background in computer sciences. His channel is popular, so he's someone that actually can take this to the next level as well. We've been promoting business. Anybody that start accepting Dash, we bring them to our channel interview. We do a lot of promotions as well on the channel of peer-to-peer. Whoever is doing peer-to-peer, we always make sure that, listen, you need to send me about 20 to 30 recommendations from other people that you've been doing peer-to-peer for a long time. We're not going to recommend you without who you are. So we also have 2-3 websites that are fully automated that you can pay utility bills using Dash from 2-3 different guys as well. You know, you can pay your water bill, your electrical bill. Of course, there's a commission, there's a percentage, but still, you know, it's they're adding liquidity to the whole Dash market in Brazil.
Okay. So when you also talked to the guy Mark Yusko, is he a hedge fund manager? He seemed to be pretty bullish on Dash.
He is Mark Yusko. I met him through my wife and the University of Notre Dame. He's one of the biggest benefactors of the university. I think he donated $35 million. He has a hedge fund called Morgan Creek Capital Management. He manages about, I think, a little bit over $3 billion. I don't know if he's an anarcho-capitalist, but he's very bearish on the US dollar. If you follow him on Twitter, he is saying the dollar's got to crash. He's an extremely smart guy. We did an interview, and I noticed he was talking more and more about cryptocurrencies. I approached him saying, hey, I have this channel for Dash in Portuguese, but I would like to interview you. He's like, sure, which I was surprised because, you know, the guy's this massive hedge fund giving an interview to me who I barely knew. So we had a fantastic talk. The videos there, I have a playlist called Dash Digital Cash Interviews in English. And he talked about the potential of cryptocurrency. And my first question was, do you think Bitcoin is a fraud? Like James Dimon from JP Morgan said, and he gave the whole breakdown saying, listen, you know, I would be afraid as well. I mean, you can replace the entire banking system with an app on your phone. Nobody's gonna be supporting this type of technology if your job is on the line. And recently, just on that, the same week, Mark Yusko had a bet with Warren Buffett about the progression of hedge funds and the stock markets. I think Warren Buffett, I mean, he's on that level. Okay. I felt proud that I interviewed someone on that level, try to make it as professional as possible, like I do for any interview, but it turned out to be pretty good.
Okay, well, that is interesting that you talk about the regulatory climate and everything, and people calling Bitcoin a scam, and then coming around the next day saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did that. I didn't mean to do that. I'm not going to be interested in Bitcoin, but my daughter is." You know, like, yeah, like it's very different. Like when you're involved in cryptocurrency right now, it's one way it can go like really to the moon. It can go like it could take over everything, and another way it could get shut down. It's almost like you're caught between. You don't know which way it's going to go, so it's so interesting.
One of the examples that I read lately on Twitter was someone saying, "I've never heard any taxi company saying anything positive about Uber." But you never hear any banking system say anything positive about Bitcoin, Dash, or cryptocurrencies. You know.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Like, and what we were talking about before we went on the air, we were talking about like the debit cards and how the companies are taking away the powers of the debit cards for cryptocurrency. And it's like, well, of course they are. Like, they're not going to want to give us the power that we're trying to take away from them. So we're really going to have to work hard at that, aren't we?
Yes, we will. Well, two big news actually. Not news, but one is a big news. The other one is a project that I'm working on. So starting actually today, February 4th, I was invited after a long process of them analyzing my channel to see what type of information I provide. I was accepted to be a news editor, which I don't really write news, but I guess I'll have to start writing now. But to be able to post my videos and news on the guiadobitcoin.com.br website, which is the largest website in Latin America. They have almost 2 million access per month, and the site is growing nonstop. And once I told them that I would like to partner so I could promote their news about cryptocurrency on my weekly news. And of course, the 5-6 last news is about Dash Digital Cash. I don't promote really another specific coin, but we talk about blockchain. You know, China banned ICO, Japan did this, India did that. And so I was expecting for them to allow me to post the weekly news on Sunday. And once I got the email, they're like, hey, feel free to post one news per day under the Dash tab, either news or video. You know, your channel is great. Welcome. And I was like, wow. So this is a great partnership. It's got to help the channel get a lot of exposure as well into the Brazilian market. The channel is 100% in Portuguese. There's a group of writers that's been working really hard. And yeah, I'm glad I got, you know, the Dash community step inside this channel. And something that I've been working for a couple months as well, that as I mentioned, I started regretting it because it's a nightmare. We've been working with an exchange in Brazil about getting a debit card with a Visa logo to be able to use Dash. So we already put a lot of money to it. We are about 75% complete. It's a nightmare. It's I can only see. I'm not defending what Charlie Shrem did or did not, because he never actually responded to anything else. But I can only imagine what the guy went through, because it is hell. Today, I wouldn't get into that project if I knew what I was getting myself into today. Maybe we might not see our money back, and we might not even get the card. But if it does go through, once it's on the hands of the Brazilians, you have to have actually an account on the exchange, an account on their bank. You have to have a social security number from Brazil. The fees are going to be high. But once all this is up and running, the debit card is on the hand of the users, and then we'll submit a proposal for a refund. But this is for the future. I don't know how long this will take it. The exchange has a lawyer now in place, working with the legal aspects, which it's boring, it's pathetic, and it's hard. And I never want to do this again.
Oh, that's good honesty. What options do Brazilians have to purchase Dash at the moment?
So we have Rossello Lopes, which I interview him in English as well, so that everybody could see it. So Rossello Lopes, the guy is brave. Actually, just this last week, the largest bank in Brazil closed his account again. He's been already suing those banks, and he's been winning. He has a legit business. You can actually buy Dash on his exchange, and he gives you a receipt for mining, for proof of mining that he did. So it's a legit business. He's moving a lot of money through his bank account and through his exchange, and all of a sudden they close his account again. So CoinBR is the largest channel. I'm actually, this week, I'm going to be interviewing as well Ricardo from Brasilex. It's a website that you can actually put a sell order or a buy order for Dash as well. And of course, P2P is getting very, very strong, which is the one that we promote as well a lot in Brazil. Also, those two websites, CoinBR and people that actually have their private websites, they have this API in Brazil that allows you to use the boleto system, which is like a paper barcode system that you can actually input the information and then through the website extract Dash from your account and pay utilities bills. So this is actually system is working pretty good as well.
Okay, so let's move to your future plans. What would you have to say to the Dash Network as to what you plan on doing for your future proposal that you're going to be posting?
Well, we gotta be maintaining the channel how it is. It's been working extremely well, promoting business that accept Dash, promoting exchanges, P2P, and the community that are engaged at 100% with Dash, social media management and marketing. Paying for YouTube to promote videos was a waste of money because nobody watches videos on YouTube. They always skip the commercial. So we learned that on the hard way. I'm partnering with 3 other YouTubers that have over 20,000 followers that we're promoting each other on each channel. Of course, their channel grows rapidly comparing to mine because they talk about 20, 30 cryptocurrencies. I talk about Dash. So their growth, but again, they always promoting my channel as well. And of course, the main thing that they always tell them to promote is dash.red. It's the best website for people to sign up, have some fun, earn a few fractions of Dash, and learn how to move from your website wallet to your private wallet. So we got to continue to this project. We got to continue. The proposal is to continue to do the weekly recap news that goes on air every Sunday, except the Sundays that I'm traveling on conferences. As I managed to attend 4 conferences, 1 per month, I'm going to be trying to do the same as well, to try to attend a conference that has importance, because I can pack my studio in 2 suitcases. I set up there. Fernando Gutierrez was great. He's like, no, just set up your studio on the corner here at the North American Bitcoin Conference. We managed to create tons of great professional content, social media engagement, and of course, videos explaining new tutorials and things like this for the Dash community in Portuguese in Brazil.
Okay, so I'll get those links from you, and then I'll post them in the description below, so that people, just in case they missed them, they can see some of your work in English too.
Definitely.
So, what do you think of the Dash community right now? How do you feel the morale is after in your dealings with people, like after the price went down so much?
I think the morale is fine. I think the Dash community is a smart community. We can see by the amount of talent we bring in. And I'm talking about like from top to bottom, like from Dash core team to proposal owners, the level of Ryan, Bradley Zastro, fantastic guy to talk about a payment system. The interview with him was great. Fernando and the proposal owners that I met, Eugenia is doing a fantastic job in Caracas, Venezuela. Edward from Dash.Red as well that I met, fantastic guy. Danny from the Crypto Show, everybody, Automatic Connect, August, Domenchek, John, as well, Scott from Dash Aerosports. So everybody that I meet, we get along. Even Ken Bozak, the YouTuber who got the Dash tattoo on his arm. Everybody immediately, once you say you're part of the Dash community, or even actually the CEO of Dash, Neptune Dash, I forgot his name. Troy One. I met him at the airport line after the Bitcoin conference in Miami. He's like, "Are you with Dash?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have this YouTube channel." And he asked me like, "Do you know who am I?" I'm like, "No." I was like, well, I'm Troy from Neptune Dash." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know Neptune Dash. I just made a video about you guys like 2 weeks ago, but I didn't know his face." So we've been conned as well to do a little partnership. Maybe they need some video support, something like this. But every single member of the Dash community that I meet, it's one person is smarter than the other, one person more professional than the other, and people are not talking about, "Oh yeah, I made a lot of money on Dash." People are talking about ideas. They're talking about the future ahead. They're talking about, listen, there's a plan. We're sticking to the plan, and if we have to change it, we'll change it, we'll improve, because the community knows how to adapt very fast.
Yeah, that's the way I think about it. Like building the Dash Nation one person at a time. Everybody pulling the direction they want to, they are able to do, and we're just forgetting about the price, just concentrating on the goal of becoming digital cash for the world.
Yeah, the price. Listen, if you want to get into cryptocurrency, as I tell people, you have to have a good stomach. You have to think on the long term. As I mentioned to everybody, Satoshi Nakamoto wrote what he wrote, and not a single line says buy this cryptocurrency because you get rich. It's the idea of changing, of transferring power from the hands of corporations and governments to the people, but we still have a lot to educate. I have tons of people that reach out to me saying, "Hey, I lost my password, I didn't back up my wallet, what can I do?" It's like, nothing. Nothing. So we have to educate a lot of people. And this project, the same as I mentioned from Bit to Byte, you know, it has to start young. The older generation, when I have to you know, deal with my mom or dad with computer things that are so basic for me, my parents from a different generation, they get stuck. They cannot go after the thought of working with layers or windows or minimizing. And you know, so for them, cryptocurrency is something out of this planet. So we have to do a big job educating people on the basics of computer, safety, updating passwords, storage, backup, and of course, you know, viruses and all that, scams and all that that's going around, that people, you know, invest money thinking they got to get rich overnight.
Well, I hope to be joining you soon on the circuit, because probably by the end of 2018, I'll be leaving my job at the casino, and I'll be hitting the trail full time for Dash. So that'd be cool. I can't wait to do that. So I'll probably be seeing you at these events.
I hope so. Today, it is my full-time job. I'm 100% committed with the channel and the marketing campaign, strategic campaign for Brazil. And the more I travel, the more conferences I go. I see a lot of people with, you know, great shirts, beautiful logo, funky name. You know, I'm an ICO, I need $50 million. Some of them are great, but listen, you have to be careful. You know, and then the Dash Nation, the Dash community, we're going on a path saying, like, guys, listen, we have a treasury that most of the months there's more money than proposals available. You know, focus on what's happening already, on not what, you know, you may win if you buy this coin that nobody had ever heard about it.
True. So do you have anything else to say to the Dash Nation before we let you go?
No, just thank you for all the support I've been getting on Telegram, on Facebook and YouTube. I always get some comments from several members, some master nodes. When we were in Miami, this guy just came to me, hey, I always vote your proposal. I mean, it's amazing how my face is known now. You know, I came from a different background, but now people know me as, you know, even in the US. So I think that the community has been giving me great support. In Brazil, especially the international community as well, and more and more, we're connecting the dots and we're expanding in a ratio it's incredible.
Okay, so I wish you all the best with Dash Dinero Digital and Dash Brazil and Guia de Bitcoin and everything. You're very busy, so I wish you the best of luck in all your endeavors.
Thank you very much, Tao, and I hope to see you again, and then we can sit down, have some coffee, and do an interview as well.
For sure. So happy to have you on the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.